Hey, replay people. As we give a moment for live people to join us. Hey. If it's your first time joining us, I'm your host, Dr. Davina Jones. Welcome to Midday Moment. The Midday Moment is the place where we expect great things, y'all. And we expect great things not because we ignore the questions of our day, not because we ignore the challenges of our day, but we expect great things because we recognize that we are fully human and fully divine. And in our fully human selves, we got stuff. Our fully divine selves, we got answers to the stuffs, y'all. So the Midday Moment is designed to make sure you are tapping into your divine. When you tap into your divine, you tap into your river of peace, your river of hope, your river of love, your river of answers. Yes. And so we are not by ourselves in the Midday Moment, but we are part of a larger network called Kingdom. Kingdom is our brand of new thought and metaphysics. And so included on our menu of Kingdom Inspirations is the Daily Download with Dr. Doctorpulley, the Power of Prayer and Praise with Elder Katrina Johnson-Smith, the Luminaries with Elder Ronaldo Cazares, the Nightly Review with Elder Desmond Kenneth Butler Jr. We got a lot, so check us out. Come on, y'all. It's time for the Midday Moment. Hey, Bishop. It's time for the Midday Moment. It's time for the Midday Moment. Hey, whoa, it's time. Yes. I'm expecting great things. I'm expecting great things. Whoa, I'm expecting great things. I'm expecting great things. In my life, yeah, I'm expecting great things. In my home, oh, I'm expecting great things. All around me, I'm expecting great things. Eyes may not see, I choose to believe. Eyes may not see, I choose to believe. You may not see, but I choose to believe. Sometimes I may not see, but I choose to believe. Ooh, I believe in great things. Hey. Oh. All right, y'all. Say thank you, theme song. Thank you, theme song. And theme song says, you are welcome, beloved. All right, y'all. Welcome to the Midday Moment. I got here, y'all. I got here. I've made it. Sometimes I have meetings that run over and I'm like, I'm gonna make it 12:30. Nothing's, scheduled there. But things come up and it's okay. And so I appreciate you all being so flexible with me. It truly is my desire to share in the Midday Moment because it's really it's a part of my personal homework, my personal reflection, and then I get a chance to share it publicly with you. So I am delighted that many of you shared that you are blessed as I publicly share some of my dealings. Speaking of dealings, that is the topic of today's readings. It's a new section. We are coming up towards y'all. We working on the end. We got like 5 more pages left. We are working on the end It's just that simple. This book was written based on the premise that we often make it very easy for people to be invited into the faith experience, but then we make it so daggone complicated for you to have the faith experience. You can do this, you can't do this, you can do this, you can't do that. It's like, well, my goodness. So, this faith experience that we call kingdom is based on three fundamental pillars: to love God, to see God as love, to embrace God as love, to embrace God as all, the everywhere, evenly present spirit of absolute good. And even when you don't think good is present, that you can call it forth and light, let there be. Yeah. All right. And so as you then embrace God as love, embrace God as all, you then get a chance to love you, to love yourself, because you came from that all, and you get a chance to love all of you. That's right. It's important that you learn to love all of you. I didn't say you didn't hold parts of you accountable, but you learn all of you through being accountable, through opening yourself up to do things differently, to live better, to think higher, and treat yourself better. And so we went through, we spent a good deal of time giving you different ways, different teachings, different concepts on self love. And when you do that, you can then do the other third. This is the third part of the pillar, and that is to love everybody else, to share love with everybody else. I know it's a bit challenging. That's why we're going over it. That's why we got the book. Okay. I know we got the divorce stats and everything. So we already know. You know, people, when I interview people, and many of you, you've interviewed people, and so you know this to be true, where you interview people and you ask that famous question: so how would you rate your interpersonal skills? Okay, matter of fact, y'all go ahead and do it. Tell me, put something in there on a scale 1 through 10. How do you rate your interpersonal skills? How do you? A 10 is great, great, great. 1 is, oh, I suck at it. How do you rate your interpersonal skills? Okay, any brave soldiers willing to put it in the chat? Look, y'all are like, I ain't putting it in there. Oh, y'all are like, I'm not putting it in there. Okay, thank you. Hi, Lanita. I heard you. Anita said, I give myself a 7. Okay, all right, we got one. Any other takers? Rate your interpersonal skills. How good are your interpersonal skills? How much of a team player are you? Whenever we ask that in the job interview, y'all know we all say the same thing. Oh, I'm a good team player. I can work with people. I can work with people. I can work with anybody. I'm a good team player. Okay. What's the number one reason why people leave their jobs? Because we can't work with them people. In the interview, we say, I'm a great team player. I appreciate the honesty. Lee was like, I got 3 more stages in this. I got 3 more homework lessons. I appreciate that, because I think that's really true for many of us. We go to the job interview and we all say, oh, I'm a 10. I'm a good team player. Oh yeah, no, I can work with anybody. And then when we ask, why did you leave that job? Oh girl, child, I can't work with them people, child. Oh girl, they got issues, honey. Them people got issues. I can't work with them. No, I can't work with them. And so we are offering you, as we start this new section. Is this our last section in the book? Okay, not quite, but it's almost. As we start this this new section in the book, it's called Dealing with Differences. And I know a lot of times we go straight to some of the most popular conversations of difference, difference in ethnicity, gender, socioeconomic background, and so forth. And all of those are on the table. Sometimes it's just a difference in personality. I see Bishop Hector on the line. I had not done the color test, the personal profile. I hadn't done that before. I understand it's pretty popular, but I hadn't done it before. It took me a little while to get there. But this was presented in one of our meetings in Baltimore. We did the color, I'm calling it the color profile test. I didn't look it up to see the actual name of it, so I'm calling it color profile. And it was really interesting. And I know the results that came back for me, I think it's pretty accurate. I really do. I think I tied between blue and gold. So the four colors, I tied between blue and gold. And so sometimes dealing with differences, it's even just dealing with different personality types. Like all y'all can be the same gender. Y'all could all be the same ethnicity, but you even have different personality types. And so, in this next section, we're going to look at some nuances about, or some encouragement. We're going to have some encouragement in these concepts as we've been doing already about how do we deal with differences. It's a real thing. We are all unique, divine, unrepeatable expressions in the earth. So I know sometimes we like to just placate the situation and say, well, we all the same. We all the same. And in a sense, we are, because we are all one in spirit. That is true. And yet we have at the same time we are one. We are unique. We are unique. That's why I'm 4'10". My height is 4'10". And if you're 5'10", that part of our expression is different, and that's okay. And so whether it's different personality profiles or difference in ethnicity and all of that, it is important. If we're going to be light bearers, so let your light so shine that people will see your good works and exalt God and glorify love, then it's important that we have the conversation about dealing with differences. And the thing is, most of us, again, we say, well, how do you do it interpersonal? Oh, I can get along with everybody. And then the number one reason why you leave that job is because you ain't getting along with everybody. So that's where we're going to be for the next couple of days. What is this, Tuesday? So that's where we're going to be. We're going to be looking at what it means to deal with differences. Okay, so we're going to pull out some nuggets here from pages 46, 48, and 49. So we're going to pull out some nuggets. We're going to talk about how do I love what I don't like. Ooh, woo, ooh, woo, woo, woo. We're going to talk about how do I love what I don't like, the power and pressure of preference. That's coming up. And managing your opinions. All right. So those are a few of the sections that are in this section called dealing with differences. So we're going to deal with that. All right. So that's just a little teaser. This is what I'm going to give to you today. And then we're going to close out. I know I started just a few minutes past 12:35, and I do desire to respect people's time. When we say 12:30, things happen. And so I'm going to share this. I'm going to share this because a conversation that I just finished having with some team members before, which is part of the reason why I was late. So I was working with some team members, and so I took my midday moment break a little late. But a part of the conversation I hadn't even looked and really finished doing my readings. And a part of the conversation we were just having had to do with dealing with differences. And so I'm gonna give you this, and then we're gonna pull out our readings again. How do I love what I don't like? The power of pressure and the power and pressure of preference and managing your own opinion. So we're gonna come to that. I'm gonna give you this first as a setup. Because on my job, I was asked by someone just a few minutes ago, how do I do what I do dealing with so many different people? And the answer that I gave to them is, number one, I do my homework. And my homework is not studying you. My homework was what we read before this: loving God and loving myself, understanding that I am a divine expression in the earth. We've said it before. Hurt people. Traumatized people acting out to traumatize other people. And so before I come into this space with a whole bunch of different people, blue people, gold people, orange people, green people, black people, white people, Jewish people, people of different faiths, tall people, short people, chunky people, skinny people, it is important that I make sure I take time to go back within myself to acknowledge my humanity and my divinity, which allows me to acknowledge yours. And when I don't do that for myself, when I don't acknowledge my humanity and my divinity for me, then I'm not able to give it to you, even when you look like me. So, number one, I do my homework. So, we're giving you a refresher. Number two, somebody asked me, the work that I'm doing right now, when I tell you things come up and out to be healed, honey, things have been coming up and out to be healed. And somebody said to me, "Oh, I'm so sorry that you have to experience this. I'm so sorry you're going through this. It must be, I'm so sorry." And I said, "Why? I asked for it. I asked to be light. Now, light doesn't need to go into other light. Light needs to go into darkness. So don't be sorry for me. I'm the one that said, Lord, I'm available to you." I said that. I said it. I said, I am light. That's what I said. And so here I am. And when I tell you stuff is coming up and out calling for the light, I said it. So you don't have to be sorry for me. I said it. I desire to be light. And so here I am as light. I have to do my own homework now. I got to light myself before I get here. But as I light myself before I can come and be light and usher us through our experiences with some light. And somebody said to me, "But you can't make everybody be light." I say, "No, I can't, but I can offer it." And everybody has the right to make their own choice to follow and accept and embrace light and shine their own light or not. Everybody has a right. Yeah. Okay. Thirdly, somebody said, they asked me uh, another part of the how and the why. And let me just tell you, kingdom is a game changer. Kingdom is a game changer. Kingdom is our brand of Christianity, is our brand of new thought. Okay. As we like to say, Jesus did not preach the gospel of Jesus. Jesus was the gospel of Jesus. Jesus was death, burial, resurrection. He didn't preach that. That's just what he was. What he preached was kingdom. Powering off. He preached concepts and principles so that you could have life and that more abundantly. The thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. You know what the thief is? Your thinking, your oppressive thinking. Your oppressive thinking, your limited thinking about God, your oppressive thinking about yourself, and therefore your oppressive thinking about other people. That is what steals, kills, and destroys. These principles called kingdom, they give you life and that more abundantly. And so that's the kind of regrouping, resetting, the going back to center that I offer you. And then we're going to pick up because it just flowed right into this conversation about dealing with differences here in the book. And so we're going to come back and we're going to offer you this week then the other sections here. How do I love what I don't like? The power and pressure of preference, and managing your opinions. So that's where we're going to be. So we're going to give some practical nuggets to it. I felt compelled because that was the conversation that I walked out of as I came over to the midday moment, that how I do what I do, show up in the midst of all of these differences, dealing with differences, because I do my homework, number one. Number two, you don't have to be sorry for me about all the situations that I'm managing because I asked to be light. And number 3, kingdom is a game changer, baby. It's a game changer. And so that's what we offer you throughout the midday moment, the daily download with Dr. Gerard Pulley, the power of prayer and praise with Elder Katrina Johnson Smith, the illuminaries on Facebook with Elder Ronaldo Casares, a night to review with Deacon Kenneth Butler Jr. And I, of course, always invite you to join us. You can join us. My local assembly is Today's Church Tampa Bay. You can Google us. You can find us website. We have a meditative service at 7:30. Not everybody is ready to be loud and animated like me. Okay, and so we have a very meditative, contemplative 7:30 a.m. Sunday morning service. You can watch it on Facebook and YouTube. So I invite you there. And then we have something a little bit more animated at 10:30. You can join us either virtually or you can join us live in St. Pete. So you can go to our website, www.todayschurchtampabay.com. And if you're local, we invite you to join us physically. Otherwise, you can join us virtually. I love you. And I bless you. Thank you so much for sharing in the midday moment with me, y'all. Y'all have a good day. I see my Baltimore crew. Baltimore, what's up? Baltimore in the house. I see Baltimore. That's my Baltimore chapter. I love y'all. Y'all are so consistent and loyal in sharing in the midday moment with me. I bless you and I thank you for all your kind acts. Blessings to each of you. All right, everybody, take care. It's time for me to get back to my next set of appointments. God bless you.